Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's discussion. My name is Zakaria Abdurrahman Mohammed, a clinical psychologist by profession. Today we'll love to have a discussion about autism. I have our guest here, my sister Lul. She's gonna introduce herself.
All right, thank you for the invite, Zakaria. Today, April's month is Autism Month, and really love this discussion. Yeah. My name is Lul Noor. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I've been in the field for about 10 years. I worked 8 years in the school system. I have a lot of experience working with families and children, especially children with developmental disorder, what we call it, neurodivergent children.
Yeah. In Lul, what we know in many of our Muslim population here in Kenya today, the conversation about neurodevelopmental or neurodivergent disorders or general mental health,
yes,
are actually are surrounded by stigmas, are surrounded by silence, sometimes are surrounded by guilt.
Yes,
So,
shame.
Yes, and shame. And yet so many families are actually suffering, yet
Yes.
unable to understand where they can get help,
Yes.
unable to understand what is this disorders.
Yes.
So we love today to delve well to understand about specifically autism. So going by that, I would love you to tell us what's autism.
Okay. So autism is a neurodivergent disorder. We call it developmental disorder on the DSM for psychology. So with autism, I think the big picture when people think about autism, they think of a child that sits by himself, that has no interest in talking to other kids,
Yep.
has very specific game or toy or an interest that they're fixated on.
Yes.
And it's really hard for others to kind of engage them. So one of the biggest signs of autism is social deficit.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to engage with other peers. It's hard for them to engage with their family members, with their siblings, even parents, who is the most close people in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the general symptoms for autism. So I would love us to understand more. We usually say autism spectrum.
Yes.
What do we exactly mean when we say is that spectrum?
A spectrum means it could be more than one way of looking at autism. So let's say when I gave the example earlier about that child who sits alone, that's one of the spectrum. So the spectrum means is a long line.
Yeah.
And in terms of levels, it could be really on a severe end, or it could be on a really mild end, which you can't even tell, you can't differentiate a mild autistic child from a neurotypical child. Yeah. A little bit you could differentiate by sensory needs. We'll talk more about kids with autism really struggle, or they have sensory needs that most of us are not aware of. But then there's the gray area. There's the middle. Yeah. So it's not black and white. So spectrum means it's that on the person could have a little bit on the criteria. They can meet the criteria, but not fully meet the criteria. Yeah. They could meet the criteria on a severity level, on a moderate level, on a mild level. Yes. So that's what they call the spectrum.
So and to go with that definition, it means also the support that each child who is autistic needs is actually different from any other child.
Yes.
Like they should be approached depending on the spectrum level.
Absolutely. Yes.
So and actually in our Muslim community, this topic is actually surrounded with a lot of misconception.
It is, yeah. So and it's confusing.
It's confusing a lot.
It's really confusing.
Yeah. I would love us to touch most of the misconceptions, especially in our Muslim community and our African communities.
Yes.
What are the most misconceptions that are actually surrounded by this?
One of it would be like it's a disease. It's and it's something that the person would always struggle with.
Yeah.
Once you're autistic, that means you cannot have a normal life. You cannot go to school. You cannot get married. Yeah. It's like
and also that's what actually the community have to understand when we say a disease, and this is most of the stigmatization that we face in mental health issues. Any other disease actually welcomed and we know the treatment are there, and the person can learn, can interact, can again do anything possible.
Yeah.
But the fact that we treat this one sometimes as disease, and you don't give actually the same energy that you give the other, as much being disease is a part of the misconception
Yes.
for these developmental disorders.
Yeah. And the reason for it is because we don't know what it is.
Yep.
For us to have meaning of something, we have to have some kind of label on it. We have to name it
Yes.
to make sense to us.
Yeah.
And with autism, we don't have a name for it. Therefore, we don't know what to do with it.
Yep.
So then we put it on other categories, like a disease or
Yes.
other things that make sense to us.
To us, and especially part of other misconception that I usually hear is people think it's caused by poor parenting, like how specific parents handle their kids when they're young.
Yeah.
And especially nowadays, you are in the age of technology. You feel like when maybe most of us, our community, they recognize above 8-5 when the child start talking almost, okay? And when they realize, you feel now it's bringing conflict. They're saying, the dad is saying, you know, this child has become like this because you have been giving the phone. He has been watching all the time the phone, and that's why he can't even talk right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that part of the signs this child is exhibiting right now is autism. It doesn't have to do with...
Yeah. And again, because we don't know.
Yes.
We don't know what autism is. Then we'll find other ways to make sense of it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could blame the mother, blame the father, blame the parents in general.
Yes.
But I think what's happening is we're trying so hard to make sense of something that doesn't make sense to us. Yeah.
We relieve ourselves
It feels
these
good.
misconceptions. Yeah.
It feels good if I just blame it on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one, we also, as a Muslim community, sometimes we also see as a punishment from God.
Yes. Yes.
And actually, a lot of family members with children with autism feel stigmatized because of the kind of reaction or comments people are giving.
Yeah.
Oh, your kid is this because of God has did this to you.
Yeah. And again, I would go back, we say that because we don't have an actual name for it.
For it, yes.
We don't know what's going on with this child.
Yes.
And for us to make sense of something, we have to find something within our
that's
culture that's acceptable, that makes sense, and then we put it in that category.
Yes.
And the same with, it's a test from God.
Yeah, it's like caused by genes.
It's caused by genes. And that's what mental health used to be 100 years ago.
Years ago. But by the way...
It's the same thing.
Yes, by the way, what I realized from the history of mental health, from the Islamic history, actually, Muslims were the first actually during the Baghdad time, mental health actually centers were actually embraced in the city center, place that was actually decorated as a garden.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, I think this misconception has started recently.
Okay.
After the removal of, most of the Islamic empire. Like people's perception about mental health actually have changed recently.
Yes.
In the 19th century. But I feel if you look back in our Islamic history, Baghdad used to have a mental health in the city center.
Yeah.
Not people being removed outside. Like these people have issues.
Yes.
I get it. And they used to decorate with garden, waterfall. I get it.
Yeah.
So I think these are recent 19th centuries that people actually have unable to understand even the history of how Islamically we used to deal with mental health issues.
Okay.
And I think this is what we need as a professionals and as the community leaders, as teachers, what we need to champion for people supposed to point and say this is a neurodevelopmental issue.
Yeah.
Nothing has to do with all these misconceptions that we
Or
have.
even mental health.
Yes. And general mental health.
Yeah, general mental health.
Yes.
I mean, yes, a child could be autistic and have anxiety, but his autism, because he's autistic, that doesn't mean he's mentally ill.
Yes.
There is a separation.
Yes. Actually, they perform in certain situations. Part of the thing I used to do is I used to teach, and I sometimes when I engage with team building activities with children, I give puzzles to solve, and even sometimes some mathematical calculations. And part of the neurodevelopmental actually disorders, there's a kid who was actually ADHD. And I never thought you're going to solve this.
And they did.
Actually, any other child who was not having any condition was unable to solve. He may just check like this, and it's like, in seconds, he have that. And the puzzle was hard to any other child.
Was just a kid who's ADHD, or was he autistic and ADHD?
Yeah,
because it could be both.
Yeah, both.
He was both.
Yeah, he was both.
Yeah.
And it's like, the fact that most of the time in our conversation we repeat, these children are created differently.
Absolutely.
They observe things differently.
Yes.
It's like reality.
Yes.
And imagine with all those abilities, if we hinder them and we say that you're sick, you have disease, you can't learn.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate.
We isolate them. We label them.
Yes.
And we put them in a corner.
Yeah. And also part of the thing that I think we can conclude with the misconception of this, and the point you said about the kid will outgrow this with no proper actually help, especially from the parent, especially from the education system.
But can they outgrow it?
Can they outgrow without the support required?
Okay, so with outgrowing piece with both kids who's autistic and ADHD and even dyslexic, it's not something you grow out of it, right? It's not a behavior that would change. A lot of people associate autism with behavior problems.
Yeah.
Or ADHD with behavior. It's not a behavior problem.
Yes.
Right? So kids who are autistic or ADHD or dyslexic, their brain, Allah created their brain differently.
Differently, yes.
Which means there is a certain way they learn that is not the traditional way. So it's our job to figure out how to actually help them learn. Once we learn how to approach them, they could excel kids who are neurotypical.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, kids who are autistic are gifted sometimes. And the surprising fact is gifted children could be on a spectrum.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we look at Elon Musk would be considered autistic. Bill Gates would be considered autistic. Right? Einstein would be considered autistic today if he was here.
Yeah.
So the reality is, and when I was saying earlier, is we're always looking for meaning making that makes sense in our culture.
Yes.
But the problem is we're not thinking outside of our own culture and think, okay, what is autism? Why don't I look it up? How is this kid's brain function different? Is there actually is there a way to help this child do really good, finish school, go to college, and have a normal life? Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. And for us to understand more of which way they can be helped to have a normal growing, normal schooling, I get it. So what should parents then do? Immediately they see these signs with their children. And I think we talked about specifically when it starts the symptoms. We said you said closely 18 months. 18 months can be seen.
Yep. So early signs about 18 months could be identified.
Yeah, after 2 years even. 3
By
months,
2 kids actually could be diagnosed with autism.
Even it can reach us 3.
3, yeah. Majority of time they get diagnosed late 3, 4.
Yeah.
That's when people actually start noticing the actual signs.
Yeah. And when we see the symptoms as a parent, what are we supposed to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So one of the first thing. So what are the signs first? So the signs to clarify is the
social part,
the social, right? And that's the big piece.
Yeah.
Eye contact. They're not making eye contact.
Yeah.
The other one is they have a repetitive behavior.
Yes. Delay speech. Some may not have delay speech. Yes. Yeah.
But delay speech could be one of the that meets the criteria, right?
The repetitive behavior also you mentioned that are the most
one that people pick on.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
There's one thing called also stemming. You'll see a child runs in a circle.
Yep. It's also part of the ones that are actually easily picked.
Yep. And running in a circle, the stemming, ADHD kids have it and autistic kids have it. They have, so autistic and ADHD children, they share sensory. They have that in common, both of them. So with autism, the repetitive behavior, the fixated on a specific game or a specific toy
Specific
or
play.
a specific play. Yes, they will do that 8 hours straight if they have to.
Yep.
Right. There's also that piece about struggling with routine. Yeah, and that's a
Yes.
really big one for
Big-
autistic
Yeah,
children.
and that's what actually parents have to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that? Okay, we need to delve to that part of routine.
Okay. So the part of the routine comes from something we call motor planning and sequencing. So motor planning and sequencing means, let's say, an example that we can all relate would be it's a Eid day tomorrow. Okay. So as a family, for a whole week, we were planning to go to
Specific mall.
a specific
Let's
mall.
say like Two Rivers Mall.
Yeah, a lot of kids like Two
Yeah,
Rivers, right?
yeah.
So we have our kiddo, 5, maybe 6, right? 4. He's excited about this trip. He wants to go to Two Rivers. In his brain, he's imagining, I'm gonna go.
To Two Rivers.
But first, they plan it out. They plan out from the time they wake up to the time they sleep. Everything is planned in their
Already
brain. What they can do, all the steps. Any change in any of those steps, that child will be dysregulated.
Yep.
He will have a meltdown. Because in a neurotypical brain, it's okay to do a little bit of shift. You might get upset, but it's manageable.
Yeah.
A child who's autistic, a little shift means now I have to
Dysregulated
throw all
everything,
the stuff that I planned in my brain and think about new sequencing. And that's going to take him a lot of brain energy. And it's going to frustrate him.
Again, a lot of planning.
A lot of planning again, right? So
And that could be the reason now the parent and the child.
there's a conflict.
Yeah,
There will be a meltdown.
Yes.
He's going to have a meltdown
Yeah.
before he gets ready.
Yes.
He doesn't want to go to the place.
Yes.
So one of the things that we need to know, it's really hard for the brain to make that switch faster. So the easier way to deal with this child is to let them know if there's a change ahead of time.
Yeah.
And you let them know the exact steps.
Yep.
You're going to wake up.
This,
You're going to use the bathroom.
Yes.
You're going to wear your clothes.
Yeah.
You're going to take the car step by step by step. And then his brain already, okay, so that's planned out.
Yes, yes.
He's good. So any surprises,
It can
not
change
fun.
the whole year.
Yes.
So it means now, for that, the parent need to understand
Yes.
in terms of the planning for a child who is
Yes.
autistic, what they supposed to do. And
Yes.
especially if they switch or there's a change of plan, easily a bit earlier time should be shared.
Yes.
So for him to process and
Yes.
have his own
And
planning.
then you do the planning for him.
Yes, for them.
Yes. For
Yeah.
him. Yeah. For him or for her. Yes.
Yes. Now, if we say now we see the symptoms and the criteria as a parent, what are the support that actually they need support to look for?
Okay. So let's say the parent noticed at early age at maybe 18 months, 15 months when the child is walking now, and right. One of the things the parent could notice is the child really struggles with any change, like in the routine.
Yeah.
But anything new that they're not aware of, right? If they know one way to get to the school, that's the only way they're going to walk to the school.
Yeah.
So for them, it's hard for them to switch and think, oh, maybe it could be multiple ways to walk to that school that would take me to the same direction. No, it's a one-way fixation, right? So then they realize, okay, no. If we take the other circle, we're going to get to the school. Now you have a child who has a meltdown. He sees the school, but even because you switch the direction, that's one of the signs that you know this child could be autistic.
Yeah.
That it's really, they struggle with any changes.
Yeah.
The eye contacts, they might not. Eye contact also, there's a culture difference.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's okay if the child is not looking at you. The social
speech
piece.
maybe so it means the moment the parent see this, the best option we need to is first do assessment.
100%. They need to
and
see
especially
a
there are a lot of
psychologist.
places here in Nairobi today that so many hospitals actually are doing assessment for this.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of you just believing the misconception and just having the child at home or hiding because of the stigma.
Yeah.
This could have been maybe if you go for a proper assessment early, the moment you see the symptoms,
The early intervention is the
early
best.
intervention the
Yes.
best. Then it means most of these hospitals in Nairobi, and nowadays, God grace, there's a lot of Muslim-owned centers.
Okay, good.
Some in South Sea, some in Kilimani.
Yes.
So what we need to, for us as a community, for us to do a proper assessment as early as we can once we see the symptoms.
Yes.
Then from there, the support can go on.
Yes.
And now the fact that a parent has get the assessment, maybe the kid is autistic, now again, we're coming back to home. I'm getting.
Okay. You're coming back home.
Yeah, like the child is autistic, he's been assessed, and he's getting the support from maybe outside, from the centers.
Yes.
With the psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever.
Yeah.
Now the burden now comes back again to the mom when she's at home.
Okay.
Are you getting?
Okay.
What are the plan and how can she plan herself? Because you told me you have been in the field for 10 years.
Yes.
And you have mostly seen meltdown for mothers actually, who have been actually stressed a lot on how they can handle the kids at home.
Yes.
Can you maybe specifically give us a good plan, other than the routine change?
Yeah.
What other thing they can actually do, specifically for the child and specifically for their own mental well-being?
For the mom.
For the mom.
For the mom. Okay.
Even for the dad, whoever is taking care of the child at that moment.
The caregiver. Yes. So before we talk about how to help the parent or the caregiver, we need to think about what causes those meltdown.
Yep.
We need to be aware of
why.
Could the parent also be the one that's causing the meltdown?
Yep.
Without knowing, right? Not intentional, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because of these kids, they have sensory profile. In their sensory profile, there is the auditory system. Some kids, loudness trigger them. You'll see a lot of kids do this.
Yep. Yes, they don't want to hear loud.
Yeah, and it's not they being disrespectful to the parent being loud.
Yes.
Is the parent's tone loudness is really making their body really stressed.
Yes.
They're causing stress.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying the parent could be the one causing stress to the child.
So he's wondering why my child is
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So sensory needs. So auditory. Some kids are okay with. Actually, some kids they
sound,
prefer loudness. They will even turn the TV up. So their sensory needs could be, I want things to be loud.
Yeah.
And the other kids are opposite.
Yeah.
Things have to be down.
Yeah.
The parents cannot be loud.
Yeah.
There's other sensory needs could be touch. A lot of some of the autistic kids do not want to be touched. If you touch them, you trigger them.
Yep.
There's a meltdown. Some kids prefer touch.
Yeah.
So that's sensory. We call tactile.
Tactile sensory.
Yes. They could be wearing some clothes that they're not comfortable with. Right? And that could be the reason of meltdown. A lot of the reason of meltdown, we don't know what's happening. Yep. We see a child having a meltdown. We have no idea what causes the meltdown, right?
Yeah.
So it could be mom bought new clothes for him. It's causing some sensation in him.
In his, maybe
some of these kids are not verbal, so they can't tell like the mom.
This is what.
Hi, this is what's bothering me. So then they act out their frustration.
Yeah.
So it could be the child could be hungry and they don't know how to communicate that. Some of these kids, they don't. We call it interception. They're not aware of their body sensation. They're not aware. Their body might not send signal to their brain, tell them go eat or go drink or go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
So sometimes the meltdown could be they're hungry, but they don't know how to communicate that.
Yeah.
So I think the big piece is to know where's this meltdown is coming from.
Yes.
Am I causing this meltdown?
Yeah.
To ask and wonder, right?
Yeah, that's a good
So
approach.
there's a lot of awareness that parents need to have when dealing with a child who's autistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how to help the parents? So one is building that awareness, and the mom is just kind of like paying really attention to what's causing this problem. Also wondering, am I part of this problem? Okay. Do we have visual too? Some kids, that's part of the sensory needs. This lighting, they might not feel comfortable. It's too bright, right? So do we lower the visuals?
Yes.
Right? So first we need to know the child's sensory profile.
Yeah.
Second, we need to know what is their needs. They're not able to communicate verbally, but how can we pay attention for us to know their needs?
Yes.
Right?
In turn, will not cause meltdown to us.
Yes. Yes. So parents, one of the biggest support that parents need is awareness. There is centers So when the child goes to the center, the mom could be with the child to see what's happening, how these staff are supporting, and whatever intervention, whatever's working there could also be implemented at home.
At home, not just drop them and come back at home.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good insight actually.
Yeah.
For the parent actually to observe the child.
Yes.
The insight, I mean their sensory, and then actually relate it to what they can offer.
Yes. Yes.
Instead of it being a meltdown.
But emotion regulation is also, parents need to be emotionally regulated. If the parent is shouting, right, frustrated, that also makes the child frustrated and stressed, right? So as a parent, how could I be also calm and this child is present, right? So the parents need to learn some skills. I think there is some support groups for parents, I believe. The parents could go and get some of those skills.
Even the centers, I knew
they provide support groups. Yes,
they provide support.
Yes,
and actually, they're not just for supporters. They need to also get into workshops that actually help them understand these conditions.
Yes,
for them to get empowered on how to deal with their kids.
Yes,
and now how can schools now? And communities and all madrasas, how can they actually support children with autism now? When they come from there?
Yes, so the first thing they have to know, these children's traditional teaching is not helping them. It's just making things worse for them. Okay, if this child's brain is created differently, which means they learn differently, which means we need teaching that supports this child to learn the way that's suitable for them. So I think our biggest problem is, instead of making these kids learn like us, behave like us, become like us, we need to be more aware of how could we get to their world, how could we understand them, how we could help them, instead of them try and bring them to us, and they have to be like us, right?
And actually, to shout out on that one, especially what our community nowadays undergoing in terms of that one, we may have special schools.
How do you feel about special schools?
I don't like the narration given special.
What is the narration?
But the fact that the staffs are actually some of the centers, the staffs are trained to help the children. But the point I'm bringing this is that our madrasas and the Quran teachers train about this, because sometimes the children can be taken to separate school, for example, or separate center that actually support them.
But as a psychologist, what do you think when you take children and exclude them to a different place?
I don't agree with it, and I don't support it. But they say half bread is better than none. If I take, for example, what's happening in other general schools, if the staffs are not trained and these children are not helped the required way, in this country where we are right now, at least if these separated or special ones are trying to offer the better, and later we'll make them help them so that they incorporate with the social life. But I'm not agreeing on the fact that we separate them all. But I wish we could train the whole teachers, and these teachers and these children can learn with other kids normally.
Do they actually survived when they're regular education? Because they feel like they're part of a team, they're part of a group. When you're isolated, what happens to your self-esteem?
For sure.
Right?
So actually you feel that you're even different from people.
But you already told you're different.
Yes.
You're told you go to special school, so you're different.
Different. Now the fact now again comes that, and our teachers, especially the Quran, the madrasas, are they aware of this? Are they trained for this? And for us in the madrasa, there's no special madrasa, there's no special. So it means our teachers actually need the fact that they're also dealing with the children is their responsibility to look or empower themselves about knowledge or awareness about these neurodevelopmental disorders for the betterment of the children there, because at the end of the day it's amana Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given you actually say I'll teach your kids and you're taking resources for it.
But my hope is, or the takeaway from this, two things. One, if we could change the people's perception,
for sure,
if they look at autism as not something, a test from God or a disease, or something out of that we don't know
with
what
all
to do
these
with it.
misconceptions that you have.
With
Yes.
all of this, if that changed and we look at more of, oh, okay, so is a child who has needs, who has sensory needs,
Yes.
whose brain works different than mine.
Yes.
How can I understand this child? How can I find all the good skills they have? They have a lot of good skills, by the way.
For sure.
There's called autism strengths. There's so much strengths that these kids have,
Yeah.
but we're so focused on their weakness
Even the
Right.
fact that Allah subhanahu
or
wa
their
ta'ala,
vulnerability,
yeah,
right?
when you're given specific thing, Allah give, like when you deprive with specific things,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
Allah gives you strength in different, like for
Yes,
example,
100%.
if today I am, like people who actually are like
Like
say
blind or
one-handed,
something.
blind
yeah.
or one-handed,
Yeah.
the other hand is strength
Subhanallah.
equivalent
yes.
to 2.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
we need to observe in the strength of actually these children.
Yes. Then, by the way, they have quite
Yeah.
really good strengths.
Yeah.
They're highly creative, very smart in some areas that other kids
Yes.
are really not as
Yes.
smart on.
Yes.
They're very smart in like computers and things like that. So
Yeah.
like finding when
Yes,
when we think about fixation,
Mhm.
when we see the things they're very interested in, they will
Yeah.
spend 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this kid is really good at computers. How can I help this kid
Develop
to
this
be
and perfect the skill.
become good at it, and
Yes.
that's gonna help him when he grows up?
Yeah.
So that's one way to think about
Yeah,
it, instead of thinking about like, oh, this kid will never grow out of this.
Mhm.
He will
Give
never
him-
go to school.
Yes.
So sometimes our own, we were talking about earlier about shame. Our own shame as a parent might impact how we help this child grow
For sure.
and become better.
For sure.
So sometimes it's our own work. It's not even the child, right? And I like when you talked about shame earlier, because it's really big. What do you think causes shame for parents when they have their child?
I think for me, what I believe is the perception they have about what people say.
Yep.
And the
How would
community.
people view me? How they view
Yes.
the family, and
Yes.
not only the child. This is the thing about our culture. It's not the only child that is labeled. The whole,
The whole
family is
family.
labeled,
The whole family.
right?
Yes.
Why?
I think that's a misconceptions and cultural thing that actually we need to give people awareness.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it goes back to the culture. Neither religion, neither is
Yeah.
it's more of the culture.
It is more of culture.
Of
Yeah.
the culture.
Yeah.
And there's no way that actually,
Yeah.
if the culture is a bit not supporting or a bit toxic on what's
Yeah.
going on around, we need to change as much as we
Yeah.
can.
But it's but now we're not only isolating or excluding kids, we're excluding the whole family. What is one of the terms they use? عنق حنوسة قبعاً.
For sure.
What happens to the feeling of this mom or this dad to hear this?
Even their siblings.
Or the siblings?
Yes.
صح. So it's not only the child
Yeah.
affected,
Yeah.
the whole family is affected.
Yes.
The whole family is labeled and
Yes.
على قطوري.
Yes.
Nobody wants them.
I was actually seeing yesterday in Instagram, it was a reel, a guy actually who was supporting his sibling, his brother, who was elder than him.
Yeah.
His brother is autistic, is 32 years old.
Yeah.
He still lives with him,
Okay.
together with his wife.
Do it.
Yes, like his young brother is married now, have kids. So his elder brother was autistic. So he was saying he was giving awareness to the community.
Yeah.
I was taking care even the day my parent died. That for me to be part of the life of my brother. And actually, the recreational activity he does with, even the way even the wife is supportive. Like
That's beautiful.
So I was just observing, saying, this is what the kind of awareness we need in our community.
Absolutely. Yes.
Like we need to understand how can we give an inclusive support
Yeah.
to these children
Yes.
in whatever spectrum level they are in.
Yeah. And I think part of it is changing our perception and looking at it differently. Say, you know, instead of saying imtihanwa, why don't I say it's a gift to ilahi issi? And how like can I make it better?
Yes. And
Right?
at the end of the day, God doesn't give you a problem except not a problem, like any issue or affliction you're undergoing, you can handle.
But I'm also hearing the sheikhs or imam even say this. Imtihanwa or sabr. And to me, like as a mental health therapist, that damages the parents' self-esteem.
Yes, inside.
Because already imtihan, it translates as what? Hardships.
Hardship.
It's not a hardship. But what if I say it's a gift to ilahi kusi?
Kusi.
You're going to
It's
take
more
care of
positive,
it.
yes.
You're going to do good of it. It's a
Yes,
positive. It's a
yes,
good feeling.
yes, yes.
I have this beautiful child or gift to ilahi isi.
SEA.
I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna make
He
sure.
understands things differently.
Ha.
He's special in one way.
وحو باهية ضدية. I'm gonna
different.
look for all that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a different approach.
Yes, it's
حتى
more
the
of a positive kind of psychology.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, it's different.
Yes, because at the end of the day, he will understand it. Like it's something I can handle.
It
It's
is something
yes,
exactly.
yes, I can
But when you say imtihanwa, it's something outside of your
Yes,
control.
Yes,
It's beautiful how you said it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, at the end of the day, we need to understand is for the parent to actually get empowered on how they can help
Yes.
the child. That's the baseline here.
To change the way they
Yes.
look at this child.
Yes.
And to look at the good things in this child also بحكرة.
Yeah.
This child has so much good stuff.
Potential. Yes.
But أنك we only حلنا عن
Focus on-
كقادن and focus on صارنا. That makes sense? Yeah. And by the way,
Uh,
we all struggle with different stuff.
In life, yes.
كل again, we all,
Yes.
all
And we
of
are
us.
trying to manage it by ourselves.
Ha.
Why can we not help it then?
So the same as Anaka, we look at our limitation and we're accepting of our limitation. We need to also look at this child has limitation
And accept it.
and accept it. But also let's وحيابك في عينه or his strings, bring it up to the surface. Yeah. And the teachers need education, the
Yes.
duxies need education, the imams needs education, the whole community need education. And I think المها حق نقولين for us to understand them.
For sure.
Imagine if nobody understands you.
In this life.
كلغاتا.
Like, forget even outside. Even the parent again. It's like, you know,
But also, Anaka, when we exclude parents, we don't understand the parents too. We don't understand the parents who feel قرنون. صح ما؟
No, we need to understand also the point I'm talking about, the general point of the children feeling no one is understanding me, and the closest place I can feel safe, understood, comfort,
It's home.
it's home. If I felt there not understood, imagine me growing with it. Now again, who is causing again the parent to feel that way? Again,
The
comes
community.
back to the community.
Society, community.
The
Yes.
misconception we actually
Yeah.
all the time pouring on them,
Yes.
like stigmatizing all the whatever that's happening
Yes.
to them,
Yes.
sidelining their family members, their siblings. Well,
Yeah.
So it's in one way or another, it's like a cycle
Yes.
that's affecting one after
Absolutely.
the other. Yeah.
And also for parents to know this is actually a genetic disorder.
Yeah.
It's not caused by the parents. Or it's not a bad discipline.
Yes.
Right? It's a genetic disorder.
Yeah.
It's both actually, they're saying environmental or genetic level together. إلا حد nobody knows the exact cost of
Yeah, of course,
autism.
yeah.
But it has nothing to do with discipline.
Yeah. Nothing to
Okay?
do with your parents.
Let's not stop blaming
Yeah,
the
for sure.
parents. It has nothing to do with discipline. But to me, I see it as I think there is a time right now that so many people wants to learn. I think وقته وكبحني that people are isolating. I think a lot of people are speaking up because of social media too.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think we
There
need
are
to
a lot of
support
people
that.
actually who are spreading a lot of positivity in how to help kids and even grown-up people who are in this situation.
Yes.
So, and I think that's what we need to inculcate also as a community.
And not to be afraid to actually have those kids. Because,
Yes.
I went to a lot of schools here in Nairobi. I went to schools in Malaysia. I've been to schools in Malaysia. I went to schools in Dubai. And I came from Minnesota. So Minnesota, they have all the kids. There's that no child left behind. All the schools, they have to have a section for special education. But outside of that, people are afraid. So let's say even in Dubai, they have a special education section, but at the same time, it's not the top majority.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, sometimes they say that to get more kids.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I think where I'm going with this, a lot of people are scared because we don't understand. We don't have capacity. We don't have معلمين. And it's true. They don't have معلمين trained in that.
Yes.
And trained in special education and trained in developmental disorder. I agree. But also sometimes our fear is our limitation. We're excluding these kids because of our own convenience. We don't want to bring that extra work in.
Yes.
صحما,
We want
let's
to
be
go
real.
extra mile to help
Yeah.
Yes.
مربنا.
Yeah.
And it's not just in Kenya, it's everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Ha.
And it's not even a complicated kind of thing to understand. And actually, in this country, actually, when teachers are trained, the teachers are actually have units called education psychology. They help, they train to understand children.
Yes.
But now when it comes to the practicality part, that's why everyone is drawing that line.
But also the management too.
Yes.
The management, they don't want to spend more to, because those teachers need training. They have to get training.
Yeah.
But also it's a management piece. They have to be willing
to invest even with the professionals or the teachers.
Yeah.
To get the training.
Yeah.
To help the kids.
Yeah.
And actually, even I don't know why people are even running. It's even a market for today to help the community in that section.
It is to help the community, and I think part of it is people, when we're talking about spectrum earlier, they looking at it from one way.
Spectrum, and actually we look from the severe part.
The worst case scenario, Adna. The reality is different. I think I went to one of the schools. It's one of the big schools here, and then I said to the owner, I said it's actually a spectrum, because he's thinking to get those kids, but he's thinking a whole big program somewhere.
So,
not really.
it doesn't need
right?
a big program.
You don't need a big program. You just need, maybe you might need a therapist. You might need a small team. So you will need probably occupational therapist. You will need a speech therapist. You will need a behavioral therapist, or what are they called? ABA, if you're
specialized, trained.
Yeah. Some kind of training, or a psychologist.
Yeah.
So you still need a team.
A team, yeah.
But at the same time, it's manageable because it's a spectrum. You might have kids on the mild spectrum, moderate,
severe. Yeah. Not actually to all of them group as one.
Yeah.
Now I think to the final question, or before we close, part of I remember in my time of training, especially in psychiatric hospital clinics, when you find the first time the parent here, after they come for assessment, they hear the kid has autism. It's like the first question they tell you, can it be treated?
Yeah.
Can it be treated? Now the parent actually, because of the misconceptions, they have fear already.
Of course, yeah.
So
and it's normal, yeah.
Yes. Now that's what we are coming for. Can it be treated? Can it be managed?
Yeah. Well, there is treatment, there is interventions. The earliest, the better.
The better.
Because the early intervention, it teaches children skills.
Yeah.
To at least when they go to school, they're able to regulate their emotion. They're able to they teach them social skills. They're able to engage with their friends, right? So the earlier, the better. Yes. A lot of parents wait until the kid is 4. There's potty training. So the kids, there is delay with autism. There is also regression with autism. So I think the biggest problem for the parent is you have a child who developmentally was doing really well until 3 or maybe 4 years old and regress.
Yeah.
Regression is one of the biggest signs of autism.
Yeah.
The child loses the skills they already know.
Yeah.
And it's really heartbreaking for a parent to watch that. I think that's the hardest part for a parent.
Yes.
They see Unugis who was doing so well until a certain age and they go back. And I think that awareness will really help first parenting to pick up that, okay, hey, there is something going on here. Let me take this kid for assessment. Let's see what the needs they need. How can I support this child? I think part of it also, parents need a lot of support. They need that support group. They need to feel they're not alone in this.
Yes.
And not isolation. The isolation is the worst part you could do for their mental health. Like earlier you asked me, how could we support the parents' mental health?
Yes.
To give them those resources. To say there is treatment. There is centers that are willing to help these kids.
Yes.
There's also support for you if you want to do therapy, if you want to do groups, right?
I don't know of the group, but I think also that's what they can do, programs that are tailored for groups.
Yes, 100%.
Actually, again, learning from different spectrum, from different experience with different parents. I think even the ones who are actually new, yesterday their child is assessed and they found it, it gives them even hope on energy, how to deal with this situation.
Yes.
And I think that's what actually centers have to pay attention to.
Yes.
And parent themselves to create that group.
Yes.
Because there's nothing good than feeling you are not alone in any situation you're living with this life.
Yeah.
That's actually what gives you energy and vibe.
Yes.
to keep going and
Yes.
to develop the resilience in whatever you are undergoing.
And lowers the shame too.
Yes. And as it means, the more we are doing this, also the more the misconception, the awareness is coming out.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't change faster, but it's
It's a work in progress.
one after the other.
Yes.
So that's it. This was actually a good discussion.
Yeah.
So before we close, maybe I will allow you to give one final takeaway message to the parents,
Yeah.
to the teachers, to the professionals
Yes.
who are in the field,
Yes.
in relation to this topic,
Yes.
and generally how to help
Yes.
maybe the children, maybe like a holistic kind of message, a takeaway message.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
So I would say the takeaway message would be to be mindful that this child is the same as us. He's a human.
Yes.
And they need to strive. And to help them strive is, one, to notice their skills, the things that they're good at, their strengths. To also see it that this is a gift for parents and caregivers and professionals. This is really a child who's gifted. Yes, they have shortcomings, but they have a lot of strengths.
A lot of strength.
We need to focus on those strengths.
Yeah.
And we need to understand their world
In their view.
and their view. And they
Yes.
don't have to be staying in their own world. Or like one of the things kind of breaks my heart when my parents say, no, that's okay. أدونك يسوقوا جراس كعيارة. No.
We use that word for sure.
No, right?
Yes.
We want to bring them back to us. So we want us to join their world.
Yes.
أفهمنا.
Yes.
مجي فهمنا, we bring them back to us. And I think that's very important for these kids. And they will grow so beautifully. Wallahi. I've seen kids who are teenagers and went to college and they're autistic.
Yeah.
And the parents are so proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can be proud of our kids.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Lul, we really thank you. That was a wonderful and insightful discussion.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll have more discussion about neurodevelopmental disorders.
Yep. So autism is one of them.
Yeah, autism is one of them.
Yes.
In the coming weeks. And I would love to tell our viewers, like, subscribe, and share these videos, and let you be part of the awareness campaign. People in terms of supporting children with developmental disorders.
Yes.
Lulu, we are very thankful.
Thank you.
for you being part of this discussion today.
Yeah.
And because without that proper, experience, the research you have done,
Yeah.
without that one, I
Yes.
think we could have not made this awareness today. We really thank once again, inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.